Hello and welcome to Moneycontrol.com, the state which is God's one's own country and is heavily dependent on remittances and tourism. The state just passed its state budget, which raised many eyebrows. To talk about that and much more, I have with me none other than Kerala Finance Minister KN Balagopal. A very warm welcome to the show, sir.
Correct.
Sir, I will start by asking you. We know that the state has been heavily dependent on remittances, and according to the RBI data, we have seen remittances fall very, very drastically because there have been job cuts in the Middle East, there have been strict laws locally. How do you see that? How much of a challenge is that?
See, remittances is very important for Kerala's economy. That is correct. But when you are looking into the remittances, the fall in the percentage of remittances, you look otherwise. The remittances, the monetary aspect of remittance, if you take the remittance intact, it is intact. Actually, it is more than the earlier remittances. The amount is increased, but percentage is decreased. That means Kerala economy in other areas are growing very fastly. Means the manufacturing sector, industrial sector, tourism sector, agriculture sector. So these areas are developing. That is why once it was around 20-25% the remittance. Now it came down to 13%. That is what I feel. This is from my information. So this remittance is coming down, but monetarily it is not coming down. Percentage wise, it is coming down means Kerala's economy is growing in other areas. That aspect is also to be taken into consideration. So monetarily, the amount which we were getting earlier, there is a increase in remittances these years also. But due to the COVID and other kind of issues, some kind of practical problems in getting employment is there. But that is also now corrected. That is what the reports are saying.
All right. The second part is tourism that has also been affected during the pandemic. How is that sector recovering henceforth, and any steps that the government is taking to speed up the recovery in tourism?
Tourism sector, actually for the last 2-3 years, COVID, and we had a very serious floods in Kerala. So we lost 2-3 years that way. But in the last year, the growth is very visible, and it is one of the major areas of faster recovery and growth. And this year, at present, the up to January or February, as per the records, a record growth in the tourism sector is there. So we hope that it will be one of the major areas of income generation and employment in the state. And for that, the government, we are spending a lot, we are giving a lot of initiative to support the tourism sector. For coming back from the COVID situation, a lot of projects were there, and many kind of supports, supporting the private sector, other sector. We did a lot of things. So tourism sector, we hope that the recovery will be very, very fast.
Right. If I talk about the budget proposals, there was an increase in the cess, in the fuel, in the motorbikes, and opposition has taken very strongly against it. Do you think it was the right time? Because obviously the taxpayer will be burdened, and the liquor cess has also been increased, or the state is heavily dependent on the liquor taxes. What is your outlook?
It's a very, very good question. Then I will get some space for comparing. Yesterday there was a decision by the union government to increase around 50 rupees per cylinder of gas for the domestic. And for the last 2 years, if you take the account of 2 years, around 400 rupees increase is there for the gas. And for the commercial sector, it is 350 rupees per cylinder. So this is a huge price hike. Here in the case of Kerala, last many years we didn't touch anything for the fuel, and for doing some increase in fuel like petrol and diesel cess, I could have done it through the gazette notification. Generally that can be, but here what I did is, the union government through many kind of decisions is decreasing our legitimate and our due share from the center's taxes. It is not a center's taxes. Union is collecting, and it is for the divisible pool. Our divisible pool is coming down. So this is the issue. Then for borrowing, there are some stipulations and conditions. Even our major infrastructure development firm, KIFB, Kerala Infrastructure Fund Board, that loan is also coming under the borrowing. Then some other special grants that also cut down. So we are facing a very serious threat. That is why we decided there should be 2 rupees cess for a specific purpose. Cess is for a specific purpose of social security. We are giving 1,600 rupees per month to 62 lakh persons. 62 lakh persons. So 11,000 crore rupees we are spending every year. So this is around 750 crore rupees we are making as a fund. So openly saying to the people that this is the situation in Kerala. That is why we are doing this. But on the other hand, central government is collecting 20 rupees, 21 rupees for branded petrol, and unbranded petrol it is 18 rupees as cess, and diesel also around 15 rupees. So I think that 2 rupees is much lesser than the rupee 20. But opposition and BJP, means main opposition is Congress. Congress and BJP is saying that 2 rupees is a much higher amount than 20 rupees. This is the politics. But 50 rupees increase yesterday, they were not saying anything. Actually, we are paying it to the common people with a specific program, and we are not taking this money for any other expenses. So actually, the union government is taking some decisions which is affecting the state governments. I'm not elaborating, but only one thing I can say. Total revenue income which we are getting, now around 62% is from own revenue, taxes and own revenue. And only four states are there like that. Karnataka is there, Tamil Nadu is there, Maharashtra is there, Telangana is there. Many states are collecting only less than 30 to 35% of the total revenue they are collecting through taxes. But even then, they are getting the support from the union government. So we are not getting a proper support and proper eligible support from the union government. That is what we feel. So this is a very serious issue. Moneycontrol should discuss these kind of issues also, because states need proper help, legitimate help, legitimate share of the taxes. That issue is also there.
Right. So, but on the other hand, the proposal to tax the vacant houses of the HNIs, that has been rolled back. That also could have been an important revenue source for you.
That was actually in the budget. We made some proposals about different areas. Actually, the houses and property tax, that is coming under our Panchayati Raj. Panchayati Raj system, our panchayats are very efficient. We are giving 27% of the total plan outlay directly to the panchayats. That is our legally we are doing that. So we are giving, non-plan is also supporting. We are giving a huge amount. So panchayats are how to make their own. Corporation, panchayat and municipalities, they have to make more resources for their day-to-day activities. In that area, we said that these are the areas, but it is not a specific recommendation. It is an advisory to the panchayats, and we said this is not a mandatory. We are not doing that closed houses, that revenue issue. We are not taking this now. But many other areas are there. Property tax, other areas, permit fee, and collecting the profession tax. Profession tax which was decided 2-3 decades back. Many of the state governments are requesting the union government to increase the profession tax, because it was 2,500 maximum, which was decided in some 25 years back. So these kind of areas which would give some more leverage to the Panchayati Raj institutions will help the local government, local self-governments. This is an advisory kind of thing, and it is not a mandatory thing. And so that openly in the assembly yesterday, I said that we are not going to implement any tax for those houses those people having 1 or 2 houses and which is closed down for many years. These kind of areas are there. This is for a discussion that we put in the budget as a proposal, as a discussion point. That is not an implemented act, implemented tax.
Right. I wanted to draw your attention to the growth rate of Kerala, and correct me if I'm wrong. Kerala somehow has fallen behind the growth, or as compared to the other states, in terms of also attracting big industries. I feel Kerala has somewhere fallen behind. Is that due to deterrence because of the trade unions that they pose, or otherwise, what is the government doing about it? And what are you doing to attract more industries, big industry, to set up in the state?
The question of deterrence or any kind of trade union activities is a continuous myth which is always echoed in other places about Kerala. Actually, this is not a practical thing, and many of the industrialists are saying that Kerala is one of the place where you can have a very good atmosphere for industries. And you see, we have industries like new generation industries, actually chemical industries, hazardous industries, and because we have the problem of land and water is also, because wetland is a lot of wetland is there. You know about Kerala's geography and climate. So polluting industries are very less, but new generation industries are coming in a big way. And in the present budget also, we presented something related to the development of the state. And there is a specific proposal for making Kerala, where we are importing a lot of things from other states. We are trying to make some of them here, and we are giving a lot of specific initiatives for them. And the Vizhinjam airport, which is coming in Kerala, which is the one of the biggest, would be one of the biggest ports in the future, because the draft for mother vessels is 18-meter here in Vizhinjam, and it's a natural port, very near to the shipping pathway. And we are expecting some 60,000 crores development in and around that Vizhinjam port area. A lot of road development and other industrial corridor development is happening there, and we are putting some more money for that, and we are projected some new schemes there. And recently, some studies, some of the industrialists are also wrote something about the development which is happening in Kerala. Industrial development, which is not less than the Indian average, and in some areas it is better than many of the states. Our manufacturing industry's growth is 17% or 18% last year. Our annual growth is, in the constant price, is 12%, and in the current prices is 17%. That is resembling in industry. It is there in agriculture. It is there in service industry, real estate industry. So all this growth is the clear indication of the investor-friendly atmosphere here. And many of the areas, uh, see, recently a book was published by the chairman of Federal Bank, Sri C. Balagopal. My name is also Balagopal, so this is C.
Yeah.
Balagopal.
Yeah.
Below the radar, he was one. He voluntarily retired from IAS and civil service, and he started some industry some years back. And he is running a industry which is one of the biggest in that area. And he is giving examples of 50 industrial houses which is having a remarkable growth. And all these are there. That is why I said such a industrialist is also saying in his book about the change here. I think if you take in the area of share market, new listed companies, new kind of companies, and total financial business and fintech companies everywhere, not only IT and IT related investment, everywhere, our people are there in Kerala and throughout the country and throughout the world. Our people are going and doing there. And now we are giving, because the new generation industries are there, new generation possibilities are there. We are developing that, and lot of people are coming back. And I think there will be a very significant growth and development in this area in the coming years.
Okay, good to hear that. As far as the GST compensation is concerned, you are a very esteemed member of the GST Council. We know that the compensation now, the 5-year period has ended for states. What does that mean for the state? The state already has high debt. So, apart from the borrowing, what are the kind of funds and how you're looking at raising funds for the next financial year?
Actually, in the area of GST, we hope that the union government will reconsider about their stand on this compensation issue. Actually, when in 2017 it was introduced, there was an apprehension among the states that there will be a sharp decline of their taxes. And there was a formula, 14% was the year-to-year growth at that time. So the formula was, in the next 5 years, the economy will be, or the taxation system will be mature. And by that time, you will get your earlier income. Up to that time, we will give 14% per year growth. And there was a policy of protected income. So every year, every state is getting that protected income. And Kerala was also getting. Last year, we got 12,000 crores. And what happened is, due to the COVID and other natural calamities, the economy throughout the world, and naturally our country, every state is facing problem. And now we are not achieved that growth. This is one thing. Second is, at the time of implementing the GST, the revenue neutral rate was 16%, around 16%. Means 16% was the tax. Now, many of the high costly luxury items, around 250 items, the tax was reduced by the council. Mainly council means naturally union government is having the great say. And 250% it went down from 28% to either 12 or 18 like that. So we had a study from our department, we studied, and our department found that when we studied about 25 items, the tax was reduced, but actual benefit was not given to the customers. The price for the customers was the earlier itself, but the tax reduction was went to the kitty of the manufacturers. There is a study, we had that details. So around 5% of the revenue neutral rate was gone down. Now it is only 11%. So 16% to 11% means a sharp fall in the taxes. And this is also affecting the income. And if it was 16% even now, Kerala would have got more than the compensation. Our taxes would have been 12 or 13, 14,000 crores more than the actual which we are getting now. So these two aspects are there. One is natural calamities and COVID. Two is the taxation, reduction of the tax. So we requested for extension of the compensation period to the further 5 years. Not only we, many of the states are requesting, but the union government is not took any stand for extending that. And on the other hand, the only tax right for the states related to earlier sale tax is now petrol, diesel, and liquor. All other items under sale tax or VAT, it was taken over by the GST system. And in the petrol and diesel, the union government is levying some cess. Actually, it was encroaching upon the taxation rights of the states. Under using Article 271, I think, they are collecting cesses because for some specific purposes only union government can levy some cess on the state taxes.
Right.
Maybe the time of constitutional assembly, some kind of calamities, war. At that time, some cess, the right to collect some cess is given to the union government. But the cess is collected. It is more than the state taxes. And cess is not divisible. It can be taken by the union government. All other taxes which they are collecting, they have to give to the states apart. So these kind of encroachment on the right, the fiscal rights of the states is also happening. So it is not a question how Kerala, how UP, how Bengal, how Rajasthan will survive. It is a question how you are dealing with the states, how the fiscal federalism of the states are protected by the union government. This is a very serious issue now every state in the country is facing.
Right. In absence of now GST compensation, some of the states like Gujarat, they are saying that they will be looking at privatization of the PSUs to raise funds. Are you averse to it?
That is a policy of the union government because they are saying that earlier it was demonetization, now it is a monetization pipeline. You can sell your railway station, you can sell your secretariat, you can sell your all the things and then get some money. Then after selling all these things, then what will be there for governing? Means the system of government Many of these things should be there. There may be police stations, there may be military centers, but for giving salary to the police, how you will make money, how the tax governance will be there, how the common people's issue, the downtrodden people, how they will get education, how they will get food. These issues are there. So I know money control is dealing with the big business houses and business, but for doing every business, there should be people.
Yeah.
People should not be starved. They should get food. There should be schools. There should be hospitals, and people should be there in a welfare in a state where at least some welfare activities are there. Then only business will be there. Then only market will be there. Then only purchases will be there. Or if all the shops are closed, if all the factories are closed, all the companies are closed, all are sold out, then who will be there to work? Then who will purchase the things? So this is a very serious issue. It's a vicious circle of difficulties will come if this policy is continuing.
Right. I wanted to draw your attention to the Kerala State Road Transport Corporation that has failed to pay the salaries of the employees. Will the state government come to its aid? What is your outlook?
Now the government is aiding them. Actually, in practice, we are supporting them. But my idea is that all the public sector undertakings have to do more efficiently. Some support is needed because KSRTC means they are giving concession to the students, some kind of support to the areas where transport buses are needed, which may not be profitable. There they are applying, but generally they have to make maximum. But some kind of practical management problems may be there. Now we are supporting, even for the salary, we are supporting some amount. For the pension, we are supporting, and we are giving double the amount of the budget every year. But practically, this is an area where we have to, means the government have to work together with the workers and the public sector undertakings. If the public sector undertakings is bleeding always, and if they are not performed positively, that will affect. So I am not for saying that whatever they can do, every support will come from the government, but we will support them to strengthen them, to manage them.
Right. In the budget, the state government has reduced the capital expenditure for FY24. The center has also announced that interest-free loan for capex. Will you be fully utilizing your portion of that?
We are using that capex we are utilizing. Yeah, last year also we utilized. This year also we are utilizing. And you said that the capital expenditure portion is reduced. Actually, it is not correct. Actually, what happened is now the central union government is giving some of the centrally aided project directly to DBT. Means it is not coming to state treasury. Actually, that is a part of amount for this year. I think around 1,000 crores, nearly about 1,000 crores from the Jalanidhi and some other areas, which would have been come to the state exchequer and then go to our irrigation department and water supplies department. They are directly sending it. That is why it is not reflected. And there is an under footnote. We noted that this capital expenditure is there. That is last year it was within our account. This year it is directly going. So that way, our capital expenditure is more than the last year. And not only that, I earlier said about KIFBI, that is a Kerala Infrastructure Investment Fund Board. They in the last 3 years, they spent around 25,000 crores near about. And in the last year itself, they spend more than, I think, around 10,000 crores. Next year, we are expecting another 8 to 9,000 crores. 9,000 crores. So the capital expenditure, effective capital expenditure will be double the budget figures, because this KIFBI is an independent agency that is not directly coming under this. And we are not calculating our local bodies expenditure. We are giving 8,000 crore rupees per annum for plan alone to the panchayats. That if we are taking that, again our capital expenditure will be much more higher, and that is the effective capital expenditure. So capital expenditure in Kerala is much more than the expenditure of many of the states. We are trying to give the details in the next budget. We are giving a head of effective budget expenditure, capital expenditure in the budget.
Right. The government has allowed 3.5% of the GSTP, the borrowing limit. And in the budget, you have said that you will be utilizing the full 3.5%, the borrowing. Will you also be going for that 0.5% that is conditional to the power sector reforms?
Yes, power sector reforms. We are doing a lot of things in the power sector, in the power area. Power sector we are trying for, and we already gave our purpose, put our papers there, and we are expecting that that money will come soon. This is a
But
commitment from the part of union government.
is there any risk to surpass the borrowing limit? Because some agencies, they did predict that Kerala might surpass that borrowing limit that has been
No,
set.
no, we will not surpass the borrowing limit because all the control is with the Reserve Bank of India and Union Government. You cannot. So
Okay.
whatever we are taking is with all these controls. We will not. And actually, we in the last year we reduced our, as per the budget. We told about 3.9 or something. We took last year our limit was much something higher. We took only 3.6, and compared to the union government it is 6.9%. There for them also stipulation is same, 3.5 last year, and generally 3. Last year they took 6.4, we took only 3.6. So the both union government and central state governments have to be analyzed with the same yardstick. Here, union government is not having any such control, but state governments are compelled to curtail all the expenses. We will not increase. We will not go beyond the stipulated percentage.
Right. I just wanted to wrap up with a final question. Do you think Kerala needs a reorientation of the growth model to put it back as a fast growing state?
Actually, we are trying. Our slogan is a build a Nava Kerala. Nava Kerala, new Kerala means Kerala. Every state is trying to become more and more modern or advanced according to the timing. Uh, uh, we have a target of 25 years. We are making our economy as a knowledge economy. Actually, Kerala is always ahead of many of other places in the area of knowledge. But we want to make all the latest and knowledge, new kind of research and new kind of science and technology and other areas for the development. And we because of the new technology, more kind of employment can be generated. Many people can come in inside Kerala, and in the new in the new period, we
Right.
are facing a very serious demographic challenge. That is one thing I wanted to add, because Kerala's population is like any other place, but Kerala's population growth is very much controlled, and our younger generation is coming. Number is coming down every year. Some 30 years back, every year 6.5 lakh was the annual birth. Then it was made 5.5 lakh. Now it is only 4.6 lakh, and in the coming uh, 10 years it will become 3.5 lakh. Means the newborn will be very less.
Mhm.
And our age of our longevity of life, it is
Yeah.
10 years more than the average Indian life. So we are facing some geriatric issues. Naturally, for a very strong economy, this is there, technologically advanced modern economy. But at the same time, those who are working is very less. Though if they are going out for jobs, that also a problem. Naturally, we should go, but at the same time, new technology, because of new technology and the digital way, many of the people can come to Kerala from other states. They can come to Kerala and work here. That is an area which we wanted to develop with the support of all of you, with the support of Moneycontrol and many other
Yeah.
the agencies which are campaigning on this new technology and business. So we are focusing on some of the areas, and a very specific direction we gave, and we think that we can be successful in developing these areas for the growth.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time. It was a very insightful discussion. Hope your critics also got some replies today through you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.